fit, formidable, and fantastic.
Hey everyone, it's Cory McCarthy, and welcome to a new episode. It has been requested of me multiple times to do a what I eat in a day video. As a vegan bodybuilder, I personally find this request a bit peculiar, merely because I don't find what I eat or even what others eat to be particularly interesting, given how personal diets can be, that is. Now, that being said, I am still happy to oblige with this request, but with a bit of a forward note. These are just examples of what I happen to eat on the specific rest or training days in which I had filmed. I'm also currently in a caloric deficit with the goals of leaning out a bit more. Plus my protein intake is in the upper end of the bodybuilding range for a natural, which I've found works best for my body, but might be more than what you need or want. Furthermore, I am utilizing intermittent fasting, which I personally like. How it feels, how it fits my lifestyle, how my results are coming along, etc. So I fast for 16 hours each day, including the 8 or so that I spend sleeping each night. Finally, I designed this plan for my body, needs, goals, and tolerances and tastes. Now, I say this because you should never, and I emphasize that, never blindly copy someone else's diet and expect the same or similar results. You may weigh more than I do, or less even, or just train differently, etc., etc. So this video is really just to appease the interest that's floating around out there, and perhaps provide some ideas to you that you can then cater to yourselves in some fashion. Sort of a FYI type thing, not a one-size-fits-all or a my way or the highway type approach. So let's get started. Generally, I rise around 8 a.m. most days. Even without an alarm, I naturally tend to wake between 9 and 11 a.m., usually closer to the 9 a.m. side than 11. The first thing I do is drink about 16 ounces of black coffee. Pardon the morning hair. I remain fasted until 2 p.m., but I will drink water, coffee, and tea, all non-caloric beverages. This is because I currently follow intermittent fasting utilizing a 16-8 approach, as I had mentioned earlier. If it is a training day, which it is here, my first meal is a smoothie. And it typically consists of these ingredients with these macros. From there, I do not consume any further calories until my post-workout shake. If it is a rest day, which it is here, my first meal may be an entire package of Beyond Meat veggie strips with 250 grams of broccoli florets, both spiced to taste, and 280 grams of mixed berries on the side. On training days, at about 8 p.m., I prepare for the gym, and it is usually involving another 16 ounces of black coffee. Coffee at 8 p.m. has no negative effect on my sleep. Before anyone actually asks, I just wanted to put that out there. I prefer to train on a relatively empty stomach, as I find that I feel nauseous if I eat anything prior to lifting. You gotta work with your body and how it responds, so please don't think that because Cory trains on an empty stomach that this must be the way. If it is a rest day, at about 7 p.m., I have a smoothie. And it typically consists of these ingredients with these macros. After training, usually about 9 p.m. or so, I consume a protein shake with some fast carbs and head home. And that post-workout shake typically consists of these ingredients with these macros. About 1 hour after I consume the post-workout shake, I have a whole food meal at home. This meal is generally a pack of Beyond Meat brand veggie strips with either 9.5 ounces of extra firm tofu, 1 cup of Beyond Meat crumbles, or 2 Gardein patties. This is with 250 grams of both broccoli florets and 250 grams of spinach. And I will spice this and top it with some vegan barbecue sauce or some kind of a vegan Asian sauce like a sweet chili sauce. On the side of this, I will have a huge bowl of berries, typically mixed berry blend, heavy on dark cherries and blueberries because I just love those. Other times I might enjoy a sorbet or 2 instead of the fruit bowl. If it is a rest day, I will eat my final meal around 9 to 10 p.m. This meal is generally 17.5 ounces of extra firm tofu, or I will do 4 Gardein patties with either 1/4 cup of Beyond Meat crumbles or 1 ounce of mixed nuts, with 250 grams of spinach, spiced and sauced in some fashion. I will also have a tablespoon of an algae-based omega-3 blend containing DHA and EPA with this meal. I hit bed around midnight most nights to repeat the process the next day. The only variation occurs on weekends when I might enjoy a treat. Like some nice vegan ice cream varieties. Or some other decadents like those I've shared in previous videos, such as Dia vegan cheesecake or homemade vegan donuts, which I will link in the description. Some of you may be curious why you don't see more beans or rice, potatoes, quinoa, etc. Foods like that. Bear in mind, I consume strict macros, and some of those items simply do not fit my current macro strategy for each day. I'm not an intuitive eater. I do not want to take a shot-in-the-dark approach with my diet. Not to say that I haven't included those foods in the past. I also prefer fruits and starches primarily, so this diet is fruit-heavy carb-wise, and I love berries and bananas. If I didn't go so heavy on the fruits, I could spare some carbs for beans and meet my protein that way, and round it off with some rice or even some fruit. But again, it's personal choices, and my results speak for themselves. I mean, just look at how much I've leaned out and shaped up since the videos I produced last June. I was a formless fucking blob in June 2014 by comparison. Literally approximately a 20-pound difference in weight in that stretch of photos there. And I am roughly 6.5 pounds still for my current goal. And that's really about it. It's not very glamorous, I imagine. And likely some people are gonna hate on me because they're raw purists or dislike any and all processed foods or hate protein powders, etc. But it meets my needs and goals, and I didn't design this meal plan for anyone else but myself. While I do love food, I also tend to eat for fuel, so to speak, about 96% of the time or more. Therefore, I hardly go to restaurants except once in a very great while. And I don't like to cheat too big and too often because it will hinder my results. But anyhow, feel free to drop some comments and thoughts or even your own eating strategies below. And until next time.